Hello beautiful people, it's Bridget. Welcome back. Today's video is going to be my favorite fall essential makeup items. So things from the transition to summer to fall that I think really help you out to get the fall look, and things that also kind of help my skin during the winter months because as you know I have very dry skin, but I'm also going to give tips for oily skin in the winter as well. So without any further ado, let's jump into the video. Alright guys, as always, all makeup on this channel is cruelty free, and special shout out goes to Polly for the tip. Thank you so much, and now let's get into it. Now I am going to talk about specific items in this video, but these are just examples. I'm mostly going to give categories of things that I think are essential to the fall look as well as to your skin in the winter months. And first thing is primer. Now, I definitely recommend getting a moisturizing primer, but not one very silicone-y for the winter months. Silicone can sometimes dry out certain people's skin, and a lot of people are allergic to it. Well, not a lot of people. Some people are allergic to it. And the one I use the most when I think my skin is feeling pretty dry and the winter winds and freezing cold dries my skin out so much is the Ofra Cool as a Cucumber Moisturizer. I've been using this so much. As you can see, it's about halfway done and I'm really sad about it. But this is great for moisture. It's a great primer as well. It doubles as both, but oftentimes I will just apply it first thing in the morning before I do my makeup and first thing after I remove my makeup at night, just to give my skin a little bit more moisture. It does go a long way, like it does spread out very evenly, and I like the smell of cucumbers, so this is a great one. But overall, any primer that doubles as a moisturizer I think is great for winter and fall. Next thing, let's go ahead and do through the face. I'm not sure we're going to do this in order or not, but foundation. So I definitely recommend getting a dewy or dewy matte kind of semi foundation. Now the one I recommend for the winter that is very affordable is the BH Cosmetics Liquid Foundation Naturally Flawless. I am in the shade 201 Ivory. It is a very beautiful foundation. It's way too dewy for me in the summer because it does start to let my oils through. But, I mean, for being in the winter time when my skin is more dry, this is absolutely a perfect kind of dewy foundation. It doesn't advertise as dewy, but it definitely is. I haven't seen anyone use this and say that it's a matte finish. It is one of those foundations that after 5 or 6 hours in the summer, you can touch it and it'll kind of remove. So that's why I'm definitely recommending this for the winter time, because it is going to be a lot more cold and it's probably going to last a lot better on your face. And I like it. It's a very beautiful finish, like medium coverage, but it doesn't do anything weird. It's very easy. It's $8. Good foundation. Alright, so next up is another skincare type thing, but they sell them from makeup brands. So these are lip scrubs. I have two that I'm going to recommend to you. The first one is of course the Jeffree Star lip scrubs. These are a huge container for $12 and they're edible. This one is watermelon gum. It smells delicious. It's amazing. But these are really good if you get chapped lips in the wintertime. I don't typically get chapped lips very often anymore. But if you do, I definitely recommend getting a lip scrub. So if you put a lipstick over it or you're just running around with lip balm on it, it doesn't catch on any dry parts of your lips. It's very easy. And the other one I recommend is from Gerard Cosmetics. This is Buttercream. It is a little more grainy than the Jeffree Star one, but it smells so good. It smells like cake. It doesn't smell, I mean it smells like buttercream, but it reminds me of going into a bakery and you see their ingredients and that's what it smells like. It smells so good. This one I do find is a little more sugary grainy. The chunks in the Jeffree Star one are a little bit bigger, so it is kind of personal preference. Both of these are great choices. These are the size difference if you want to compare, but they're both very good lip scrubs. And if you get dry skin or chapped lips, it's great for both. You can rub it on your lips to get rid of chapped lips, or if you have a dry patch on your skin, you can kind of rub it away with the lip scrub as well and kind of get rid of any dead tissue, dead skin on your face. Alright guys, so let's talk about blush. Now, blush is one of those things that lasts forever, so I don't think you have to get a specific type of blush. I mean, I'm definitely going to recommend a certain kind of color in this video, but I don't think you necessarily have to have this particular blush, because blush is one of those things you can get away with buying a cheap one if you want to, but this is the one I really like, and I'm going to tell you why. It is the Sigma Cor de Rosa Aura Face Powder. I tried to use this as a bronzer and now I'm using it as a blush, and the reason I'm recommending this for fall makeups is because it is so muted and more of a brown blush. In the summertime, you have a lot more redness to your face typically, or during the winter time you get red spots, the end of your nose is red. So I definitely recommend something more on the cool side of blush, something that'll give your face a little bit of color if you do wear a full coverage foundation, but something that's not going to make you look super flushed and sick, cold, or like a warm, like a orange, you know, summer blush. You know what I'm talking about. I definitely would just recommend a more cool tone blush for the fall. I feel like a cool tone blush also goes along with a lot of the warm eyeshadow that you see in the wintertime and warm lips. So having a more cool tone blush kind of evens it out, and I kind of like it. Just a little bit under the chin as well. Never just do your cheeks. I always recommend doing a little bit under the chin. That way it brings the whole face together. People ask me all the time, why do you apply blush underneath your chin? And that's my reasoning. So after blush, I recommend highlights, and the highlighter I'm going to be recommending today, this is a highlight palette. I definitely recommend picking up a highlight palette. It doesn't have to be expensive. It can be a cheap Wet n Wild one, or just pick out 2 or 3 colors that you really like of highlights. But because I usually use a blinding white or champagne highlight in the summer, I do like to use more of a golden hue during the fall months, especially with like a lot of the copper red looks people do on their face. Wow, that sounded weird. The one I'm going to recommend today was sent me by Ofra. This is the Ofra Glow Up highlighter palette. I'm not a huge fan of the uneven layout. Like, this looks so disorganized to me. I wish they were even. But this highlighter palette is so good. Like, I used it today. I have a little tutorial going up tonight of this makeup look on my Instagram. But I just love how it looks. Like, it looks white on camera, but in person it has like this champagne-y glow. I used this color here. But a lot of the shades, like I have a hard time finding gold highlighters that aren't too dark on my skin tone. These are very beautiful. You can also find ones that work for your complexion, but these are so pretty and they're so like, they're so pigmented. And like even the gold ones look so good with any look you want to do. So I feel like perfect for the fall because there is a little bit of like the golden hues to it. It's not so stark white and bright because a lot of the makeup done in the fall time is more like chillax and easy to work with. So that's my thinking. I absolutely love this palette so much. Like the quality is just so good. I just want to swatch the other one too. They're so pretty. Anyways, that's this. I'll leave a link down below. I'll leave everything in this video linked down below. But I absolutely love having a nice fall highlighter palette where you get a couple of different shades you can kind of mix and match to whatever your makeup is that day. I guess that goes for summertime too, but in the summertime I just want the most blinding. So let's move on to my favorite thing in the world, eyeshadow palettes. Now I chose 3 recommendations today from 3 different brands, just so you can kind of get the vibe I'm going for. And yes, these are warm eyeshadow palettes, but I also wanted to keep it things that are easy color combinations. So I think for fall, one of the main things you want to focus on is comfort and easiness. Now a lot of people in the winter cuddle up in bed and delay getting out of bed for the last second, especially if you're going to work or school. So you're running out of time. You have less time to do your makeup typically in the winter and fall. And that's why I'm recommending these palettes, because all of these palettes are colors that easily work together and you can throw together really fast and simple and get out the door, but still look really pretty and seasonal. So the first thing I'm going to recommend is the Warm Neutrals Volume 2 eyeshadow palette by Sigma. This one's very beautiful. I've used it twice so far. I keep meaning to reach into it more, but there's just been so many reviews lately of like everything. So this is the palette itself. It's so cute. You have a bunch of fun colors in here. You can still get reds. You can get kind of more neutral colors. You can get greens. There's a whole bunch of different color combinations you can use in this palette, but you still have a good fun time with it. They're very beautiful. They're very soft, easy to blend out. I feel like the mattes in this palette are absolutely fantastic. These shimmers are not like super metallic shimmers. They're very pretty, but not like the most blinding thing in the world. So I do think this is a very easy palette to just grab and go. Also comes in a cute compact size. So I definitely recommend this one. The next palette I'm going to recommend is something that I don't dip into like every day or anything because it is very simple. But the shadows are amazing quality. They blend each other out and they are easy to get right. It's kind of hard to mess it up. This is the Nubian palette by Juvia's Place. Can we just talk about the color combinations? It is quintessentially, when you think of fall eye makeup, this is what you think of. I absolutely love this color right here because it's so bright. Let's swatch it out. So pretty. And then also a lot of these colors up here, like the mattes and everything, still really easy to work with. Everything in this palette is just so gorgeous. And you kind of can't miss this up. Like if you pick one color, you don't really like it, just move on to the next one because they all go together so easily. They're kind of similar, but if you are just running out the door, I would just pick this one up and slop it on the way to work because, I mean, it's easy, really easy to blend out. The next palette I'm going to recommend is by Suva Beauty. This is the Saffron palette. It's brand new, just launched. And this is the color scheme. It announced on Trend Mood's page and I was super excited. So this is absolutely beautiful. The reason I chose this one instead of a lot of the other warm palettes I have, like Modern Renaissance or Naked Heat or anything like that, is because this one still gives you like pops of color. You can get a bright red, you can get like a dark purple, you can get a gold. It's like really easy to use, and I definitely recommend this color combination. A lot of these colors, these shimmers, go really well together. Like I just chose these two for this look, and you can use this to deepen it up. You can use this light matte one to lighten up a look if you go too heavy-handed. I feel like it's really simple, and you can also get that pop of gold that I love to see in fall makeup. So I definitely recommend this palette. You can see it looks pretty cute today, and I've had this on for a while, so I definitely recommend, this palette. So lastly, let's talk about lipsticks. Lipsticks. These are one of those things when you see a fall makeup tutorial, you're like, I bet they're gonna have a dark brown lip or a cranberry lip. And most of the time, yes. But I'm gonna tell you why I picked these 4 colors and what makes them kind of fall to me. So the first one we're gonna talk about is Pixie Really Rose. This, I'll swatch it for you, is what I'm gonna call the nude for the fall. I feel like a lot of like copper eye nude lip is what you see a lot of online, and I feel like for a nude I'd rather have something more pink. Like it's not gonna be like, oh, this is super pink. It's still kind of muted out, but this is the one I'm gonna consider my nude for the winter. I don't recommend doing a dead straight nude, like kind of similar to your lip color lip for fall, because you're gonna look kind of dead in some certain situations. Like you could find the perfect nude for you that works no matter what your like weather vibe is and whatever your skin tone changes to in the fall. But for me, I'd rather just have something more pink based, something that brings a little more flush to the lips instead of something really cool, because I don't want to look you know, I don't want to look dreary. Does that make sense? I hope it makes sense. Next lipstick I'm going to recommend is a purple. I am not a huge fan of purple lipsticks because the formulas are so hard to get right, but this one was sent to me by Ofra and I love it. Oh my god, how long is it? Do I love it? I did until I realized it was all over my teeth. Okay, if there was makeup all over my teeth during this video, I want to apologize 10,000 times. I'm very sorry. I did not know. But this is Ofra's Unzipped. I definitely recommend this one because it's purple, but not being like purple in your face, you know? I think a lot of these like dark cranberry, dark purple lips that you see in fall makeup tutorials, they could be good, but purple lipsticks are so hard to formulate that a lot of the times you'll go throughout your day and you'll think your purple lipstick looks great and it'll start getting kind of patchy, kind of streaky, not so opaque on at least one side of your mouth. So I definitely recommend one that's not so quite purple. And this is Unzipped. It's on my lips as well, but it's more of a like muted purple, not so purple in your face and not too dark where it might be patchy through the day. I definitely think this is one of those lipsticks that doesn't dry out your lips, so if you do get chapped lips during the winter, you don't have to worry about it drying them out. And that's along with all 4 of these lipsticks. I chose lipsticks that are not very drying, like they dry down matte, but they don't dry out your lips, because a lot of people get chapped lips in the winter and fall, and I don't want that for you. So all 4 of these are good as far as moisture. Now I think something we already expect to see is a brown lipstick. Brown lipstick is very prevalent in fall, and for good reason. This is the new, it came with the Saffron collection. This is Badnam, which is a beautiful brown, and the reason I chose this one is because, well, we're talking about fall lipsticks and brown is definitely the color for fall lipsticks, but I chose this one because these are moisture mattes and they feel like a lip cream on the lips, like a very soft lip cream, but they dry down like a liquid lipstick, so it's very confusing. I have a whole collection video on the first collection of Suva Beauty liquid lipsticks. If you want to see that, I'll leave a link down below. But this is Badham. It's a very beautiful brown without being too dark and too intimidating, but I think it'll flatter a lot of skin tones, and yeah, I really like it. The other one is the other ones from the Suva Beauty Saffron collection, because I've just got these recently and I think they're super cute and I love the lipstick formula because they're so comfortable. This is the color Basharman. I'm sorry if I mispronounced that at all. And this is the color, it is a bright red, but it's more of a blue based red, so you don't have to worry about your teeth looking yellow. That's one of my favorite things about certain red lipsticks, is they make your teeth look so white, unless it's like an orange based one. So I definitely wanted more of a blue based red. This is the color right here. It's very beautiful. These do look the same, dried down and everything. They look exactly the same because they don't dry, but they're very pretty colors. Definitely all 4 of these lipsticks I definitely recommend for different reasons. So for the Pixie one, I definitely recommend a more warm color rather than a standard nude. For this one, I definitely recommend a purple, but not something super plum because it does get streaky throughout the day. For this one, I definitely recommend a brown that isn't super deep and intimidating, that you can wear throughout the day and it's not gonna look too weird if something starts to crumble through the inner lip. And then a bright blue-based red so your teeth look really white and your face kind of glows. I love the way people look when they put on a fresh blue-based red lipstick and they feel so confident with themselves, and I'm just so happy for them when I see that. Anyways, you guys, thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you have any recommendations for more things I can do on this channel that you guys want to see, I'd definitely love to hear about it. I'm trying to hit 70,000 subscribers by the end of the year, so I definitely will take any recommendations you guys have. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.